When you're looking to buy a bicycle helmet, what do you look for? The first thing, and the reason why we get bicycle helmets, is to be safer, for safety reasons. And so it's important to note that all helmets sold in the United States have the same impact protection rating. Price does not change this, meaning that a less expensive helmet is not less safe than a more expensive helmet. The things that drive pricing in helmets are things like weight, ventilation, and aerodynamics. So a more aero or a lighter helmet is going to be more expensive than a less aero or a heavier helmet. But every helmet sold in the United States is required to have the same impact protection rating, meaning that when your head hits the ground, it's going to provide the same level of impact protection. There are other features called MIPS, or multi-directional impact protection system, that are installed in a lot of helmets that are now sold in the US, or at least those that we sell here at bike shops. And that system actually is meant to help reduce the rotational forces that are in play when your head hits the ground, because an object in motion stays in motion until it doesn't. So when your head hits the ground, your brain is actually still moving too, and it's that movement of the brain that can cause traumatic brain injuries or concussions in a cycling crash. So MIPS helps to slow that process down, and a different protection level of MIPS might actually drive the price up, but that's different than impact protection. So now that we know that every helmet sold in the US has the same impact protection rating, what do we do next? Next, it's really important to make sure that that helmet is the appropriate size. And figuring this out can be a little bit tricky. Some folks don't know what to look for, but I'm going to show you 3 different helmets, one that's too small, one that's too big, and one that's just right to show you. So the first helmet I'm going to show you is too small. This helmet is too small, and you can tell because as soon as I put it up on my head, it's like resting on top of my head. It's not actually down over and protecting. And if I try to cinch the chin strap, it's really difficult. I had to loosen it a lot to get it to fit properly. And even when I cinch down the back, it's still resting too high and it's moving too much because it's not sitting in the right spot of my head. So if it looks like it's sitting up too high, that usually means that the helmet is too small for your head shape. This next helmet is too big. And you can tell that because it's just so much bigger than my head, and you can see that once I put it on. When I put the chin strap on, it's very loose, and even when I cinch things down in the back, it's still moving all over the place, which means that even if I were to really tighten down the chin strap, when my head hits the ground in a crash, the helmet's gonna move too, and that's not what we want. We want the helmet to be like one unit with the head. So this helmet's too big. This next helmet is just right. This is the Goldilocks helmet for me. This helmet, you can see immediately, it comes and it rests down over a proper spot on my head so that when I do tighten the back down, it's holding in place. I can't easily move it, even without putting the chin strap on. But once I put the chin strap on, now it's really doing its job and it's holding in place. The chin strap should be able to fit 2 fingers beneath it, but not more. And you don't want it super tight because you still do want to be able to move and breathe and move your jaw, but 2 fingers here is really good. And then now, if I were to get into a crash, this helmet would stay on my head upon impact and protect my brain and my skull. And that's what we want. So now that we've figured out the right size of helmet, what's the next step? Well, it's understanding the lifespan of helmets. And all helmets that are sold in the US have about a 5-year lifespan. And that's because this material here, the foam, which is what provides that impact protection, is only good for about 5 years. And this can actually be shortened if you're storing it in conditions that see really big extremes, like a garage. So if it's in a garage, it's seeing really hot temperatures in the summer and really cold temperatures in the winter, that's going to shorten the lifespan of your helmet. If you do keep it in, climate controlled conditions, that's great, but it's still only going to have a 5-year lifespan. We don't want to be wearing a helmet that doesn't have that nice impact protection rating. And so after 5 years, yes, even if you spent $300, $400, $500 on your helmet, you need to replace it. And it's also important to note that helmets are only good for one crash. If you bump your head, doesn't matter how fast or how slow. So even if you make a mistake and you hit your head in the driveway, or if you're out at high speeds on a road or on a trail, doesn't matter. One hit makes the helmet not safe to wear beyond that time, so you want to replace it after one crash. So every 5 years, or after one crash. If you want to have help finding the right helmet for you or figuring out sizing, you can come and visit us at Mellow Velo Bicycle Shop in Syracuse, and we'd love to help you be safe on your bicycle.